Oh, because I have been playing quite a lot of Riot games, I actually tried to play Legends of Runeterra. And the last card game I have ever played was Hearthstone, and it's been quite a while. And that game quite upset me with its pay-to-win way of playing. And that's one of the reasons why I didn't play much more card games after that. So I wasn't expecting this game to be that interesting or good without paying any money, but I was quite well surprised. So the game doesn't require you to buy or purchase anything, which is a nice surprise. Of course, you can open a lot of stuff if you want to buy. I don't really feel like I need, and I don't really recommend. The main reason why you don't really need to buy anything is because if you play the game, you will actually be able to open up classes and all the things that you really need to make the game not get boring too quick without having to spend anything. I'm not completely sure how everything is open, how you get the class, are you choosing the class, are you not choosing the class, but I don't think that is that big of a part of the game. If you're opening the same stuff as I did, then you won't even know because you haven't played it before, so everything will seem like new anyways. And the game itself is not extremely locked to your own class. You constantly get to choose some random stuff, especially in the beginning of your challenge. After beating the first fight, you get a support champion, which is basically adding another deck on your deck on top. You just have to make sure that the decks do make sense. And with the support champion, you will always have a random playthrough, because every playthrough you might get a different one. You can test out some few. I think some of them are actually quite OP. I probably won't tell you which ones I like the most. And that comes to another point. Like games like Hearthstone, especially if you're playing PvP, it very quickly becomes quite repetitive. Now with this randomness on the support character and the cards that you get through killing each challenge and some random power-ups, the game actually keeps it quite novel and new every time you play if you're just repeating a same challenge. So this game has quite a few randomness in each path you choose. You'll get support champion, different card effects, so you can get a small upgrades. Then in shops you can buy whatever you need. Sometimes you can buy power-ups as well. And another thing, each card set actually has some weaknesses and strengths that other decks can be extremely hard to beat with one deck, but extremely easy to beat with another deck. Which is interesting when you get a new class and you're going through the same campaign that you just went with another card deck, feel completely different when you're playing it with a new one. Now I'll say most of the time the games will be quite close, but rarely you're going to get absolutely destroyed or absolutely destroy. Now I don't know if it's just me not knowing the game too well. I think I played quite a lot to at least understand the basis, but I rarely get way too OP or too strong. At least I will tell you that one of the easiest and probably best decks that I played was Elise, because with Elise deck you get so strong so quick and the monsters becomes empowered quite easily in a way where you become so strong that you can possibly win in 33-4 rounds of the game. Now some of the classes do seem quite weak that I even don't want to try even playing, so I am not too completely sure what's up with that, but you always have freedom to move to an easier path, maybe level up your champion and come back stronger, where you don't have to really try redoing the same campaign over and over again till you are able to pass, which gives a lot of flexibility, freedom, and doesn't lock you up in an impossible challenge, or at least some card decks. The first card deck that I received wasn't too easy, wasn't too hard as well. I think it was quite amazingly balanced, which makes the game interesting. I don't think you should give up in the first 10 minutes if you try the game, but it's definitely, if you're not liking it in 1 hour, you don't have to go any further than that. So I probably got around 20-30 hours of gameplay from this game. I definitely didn't play everything I could have played. I have some champions that are very low level for now. Some of them I didn't even want to play, but I definitely was surprised how relaxing and good this game is. You can get it to it really quickly. You only need to read the cards a few times and then you will get through it without thinking too much. The cards are not overblown with, like in League of Legends, if you have to play, some characters have a whole paragraphs written for one skills, and in Runeterra you won't get a character with longer than 2 lines most of the time, and the regular ones are just a few words. Effects are quite easy to understand, and I feel like figuring out the stuff is quite a small part of charm of this game as well. Another thing I'm happy about this game is I have played most of Riot Games like League of Legends, TFT and Valorant, and if you start playing those games, they really quickly become quite addictive. I spend definitely way too much time on League of Legends, which I'm not too happy about it. And I'm happy to tell you that this game is not like that. I didn't feel too addicted after playing for a few days. So one thing you don't have to worry is about starting to play this game every day, few hours a day. It's not a game like that. You will play it for a few days and most likely you will get bored of it or just come back from time to time to play a tiny bit. I haven't really started playing PvP in this game, so I cannot tell about anything like that. I only went through the champion path, but it's nice to know that you won't have to play with other people constantly flaming you, because especially knowing how League of Legends is. The game is quite fast-paced, you don't feel bored. One of our friends who were watching me screen share the game said it's quite brain-rotty because there's a lot of moving parts in the game. You always have something to do. The turns of the enemy doesn't take that long either. There really isn't any big loops on where you can infinitely do some random stuff, slowing the turns. The game moves quickly, the progression is quick, the level ups are fast. So don't think that if I say the game is not addictive, doesn't mean that you won't have fun. The game is definitely very fun. I'm just happy that I didn't feel like playing it too much after a few game sessions. And I don't think it's any problem to play a game for a few days and not feeling like you have to spend any more time in it. And that's why I probably would recommend this game mostly from Riot Games, just because every time I played other of their games, I used to spend over 1,000 hours, which is not a thing I'm proud of at all. So that's it for now. Thank you all for watching and see you in the next one. Bye.